Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, Mahāparinibbāna Sutta, the Buddha's last days, part 13. Last time, the Buddha showed many signs to Venerable Ananda. Venerable Ananda didn't realize what the Buddha means. Then he didn't request the Buddha to stay full lifespan, Ayukapa, 100 years or more than 100 years without taking final Parinibbāna. Then finally, the Buddha allowed him, Venerable Ananda, to go to the other place. Then Venerable Ananda also went to some distance away from the Buddha. Then he sits under the tree. During this time, when the Venerable Ananda left from the Buddha, then Mara came to the Buddha. Mara came to the Buddha. Then what happened? Mara says to the Buddha, and this is the time for you to take final Parinibbāna. This is the time for you to take final Parinibbāna. Then please take final Parinibbāna. He requested. The Buddha says to me before, as long as my bhikkhu disciple, bhikkhuni disciple, the lay follower and layman followers, upasaka and upasika disciples, they are not skillful in the Dhamma yet. They haven't trained with the Dhamma yet. They still cannot memorize the Tipitaka Dhamma. They have no knowledge and full knowledge in Tipitaka Dhamma yet. That is why they cannot still practice meditations to realize Nibbana according to the Buddha's teaching. Then I will not take final Parinibbāna. Oh, is it? Last time the Buddha says to Mara, why? After when the Buddha became enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, about 50 days, 50 days of Buddha's food. Then Mara says to the Buddha, and you have already fulfilled the 10 paramis for 4 stanzas and 100,000 sport cycles to become a Buddha. Then because of fulfillment of the 10 paramis, now you became such a new Buddha. You penetrate the enlightenment, the Four Noble Truths. That is why now your wish is already fulfilled. It is not beneficial for you to teach to others, to teach those dhammas to others. That is why please take final Parinibbāna. Then Mara appeared the Buddhas to take final Parinibbāna without teaching his dhammas to Deva and Manusa, Deva and human beings, etc. Then he requested the Buddha. That time, the Buddha rejected his request, his entreat. How he rejects? Mara, as long as my bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, upasika disciple, have not enough knowledge in the Dhamma yet. They haven't, I haven't trained them with their practice yet, is it? Or they also don't have a great knowledge in Tipitaka yet. That means they cannot still practice meditations to realize Nibbana according to Buddha's teaching yet. Then I will not take final Parinibbāna. Or another one, they also learn from their teacher. Then they also practice meditation practically. Then they have a kind of attainment. Then they can also teach the teacher's teachings confidently. Or as long as they haven't have such kinds of self-confidence, yes, then I will not take final Parinibbāna. Then another one, when they are teachings, the Dhamma according to Buddha's teachings, some kinds of wrong view may appear. Some kinds of wrong view may appear. Then they were also trying to destroy the Buddha's real teaching, the true Dhamma. Then, as long as they have no abilities to destroy or to solve such kinds of problem with the truth teachings, then the Buddha will not take final Parinibbāna. The Buddha says to the Mara in this way, is it? But now, most of your disciples, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, and Upasika disciples are skillful. They are skillful in the Dhamma. They have already trained the three trainings. They have many knowledge in the Dhamma. They have greatly learned in the Dhamma. They also already memorized the Tipitaka Dhamma. They know how to practice to realize Nibbana. Then one thing. Another one, they are also learning the teacher's ideas, teacher's teachings accordingly. Then they can also teach the teacher's true teachings to their generation. Another one, when the wrong views appears to destroy the truth teaching, they can also solve the problem with their ability. They have such kinds of conditions now. That is why, please take final Parinibbāna. The Mara requested the Buddhas to take final Parinibbāna many times. Is it? Then what will happen? That is why this is time for you to take final Parinibbāna. And when Mara requests in this way, then finally the Buddha agree with his request. Ido Dena Masana Echayena Tathagata Parinibbāya Sati. Don't worry, Mara. Don't worry, Mara. Don't worry the evil. Then I will take final Parinibbāna 3 months later from now on. The Buddha says to Mara, from now on, a few months later, 3 months later, I will take final Parinibbāna. The Buddha says in this way, is it? Then the Buddha relinquished his, Ayu Sankhara, life maintaining samapattis by saying in this way. Life maintaining samapatti, Ayu Sankharas mean. Then how to relinquish the Buddha's Ayu Sankhara, life maintaining samapatti, phala samapatti. Tima samada mewa samapatti samapicitwa, ito parana samapicitami, chitan obaditi. The Buddha enter into Ayu Sankhara plasmapati, life maintaining plasmapatis, by contemplating the Rupa Sataka and Arupa Sataka Vipassana. Is it? to maintain his lifespan. But because of the Maharaj's intrigue, then the Buddha also agreed with his request. Then I will enter into the Phalasamappatti, life maintenance Phalasamappatti, only for 3 months. After 3 months, I will not enter into this life maintenance Phalasamappatti, or in this way, the Buddha determined. Is it? But this is called the Buddha relinquished his Ayu Sankhara, life maintenance Phalasamappatti. Then after this, the Buddha also recites one stanza rejoicefully. And this one we call Udana, is it? Or Udana. What is the Buddha's like? Tula Matulensa Sambhavan, is it? Tula Matulensa Sambhavan Bhava Sankhara Mawazaji Muni Ejadarato Samahito Abindi Kawacha Miwata Sambhavan. What causes life unbounded or confined? Or his process of becoming this six renounces. Within what comes in, join the breaks. It's in almost his own life's causes. This is the stanza explanation, stanza translation. Then the Buddha recites in this way, is it? Then when the Buddha relinquished his life maintaining Phalasamappatti, when the Buddha recites this Udana, this stanza meaning is okay. When the Buddhas abandon the kilesa or defilements, then what happened? He also abandoned his karma, which can produce for new existence. So, although there are karma, those karma will not produce for new existence. That is why, after relinquishing, after destroying the defilements, kilesa, there's no fear in the Buddha. Then, without fear, or with the fearlessness, the Buddha relinquished his Ayu Sankhara, life maintenance Samappatti. Because the Buddha wants to show he has no fears to relinquish life maintenance Phalasamappatti, or his lifespan. That is when the Buddha recites this stanza rejoicefully. Then after reciting this stanza, then what happened? As soon as the Buddha relinquished his Ayu Sankhara, life maintenance Samappatti, then very great earthquake appear. Then the whole, 10,000 war cycles was shaken seriously. And at that times, many human beings and they feel with the great earthquake. Then Venerable Ananda also, when he saw this great earthquake, then he was fearful with this great earthquake. Then he approached the Buddha, and he asked the Buddha, Bhante, just now the great earthquake appear here. What is the reason? Then he asked the Buddha. Then the Buddha answered, 8 causes of the great earthquake. What is the reason? What is the cause? This so mighty earthquake should arise like this, is it? Then he asked these questions to the Buddha. Then the Buddha also answered, the Buddha, there are 8 reasons, 8 causes for a mighty earthquakes to arise. What are those 8? Then the Buddha says here, what is the number 1? there are 8 reasons, 8 causes for the great earthquake. Then one thing is Mahāparinibbāna Sutta. There are Sun, Samana, and Brahmana. They have the psychic power. They have psychic power. Because of their psychic power, then what will happen? Then the great earthquake can appear. This is one reason for great earthquake. For example, the earth exists on the water. The water also exists in the on the air. Then what will happen? When the powerful persons, the persons who have psychic power, they use their psychic powers to shake the earth. How to do? For example, the great earthquake number 1 is due to unstable condition of the elements, elements be number one is the air. The strong wind. So when there's a strong wind like typhoon, the earth exists on the water. Then water also exists on the air. Then when the air is shaken because of maybe sun conditions, weather conditions, etc. When there's a very strong wind, then what will happen? The water also shaken. When the water is shaken, the earth also shaken. Because of the unstable conditions of the elements, then there will be great earthquake. Great earthquake. Okay, mighty earthquake. This is one reason. The Buddha's answers. Then number 2, number 2 is Sun, Samana, and Brahmana. They have the psychic power. Because of their psychic power, they can also shake the earth, or they can make the great earthquake with their psychic power. How to do? If they wish to shake, if they wish to quake the earth, then they create the water in those areas. Then after that, they try to shake the water. Then when water is shaken, the earth also the earth becomes shaken. Or in this way, they can make the earth to be shaken. Or they can make the great earthquake with their psychic power. Here, this is one reason. Then another one, I will explain this one first, okay? Then number three reason is here, when the Buddha departed from the two-seater realms to become a human being, to become a Buddha in the human world. Before becoming a human being in human world, they also stay in two-seater. They were realms as bodhisattva. They enjoy with the sensual pleasures for some time. Then later, when the Deva and Brahmas requested the bodhisattvas to appear as a Buddha in human world, then they pass away from two-seater Deva realms. Then they became human being. Is it? Then they took the Patisandhi in mother's womb in human world. At that time, what will happen? When they take conception, the Patisandhi in mother's womb, at that time, there will be great earthquake. This is the third reason. Then, okay, briefly, due to Bodhisattva's conception, taking Patisandhi, there will be great earthquake. Number 4, due to the Bodhisattva's birth, when the Buddha came out from his mother's womb, what will happen? Mindfully and clearly comprehension, then great earthquake appear. When the Bodhisattva came out from his mother's womb, then what will happen? Great earthquake will appear in the world. This is the 4th reason. Then number 5th reason, the 29 years, our Bodhisattva, 29 years of his age, then he renounced his royal kingdoms. Then he practiced meditations. Finally, he attained enlightenment. He became Sabhinyutta Buddha. Then, because of the attainment of Buddhahood, the Buddhas become fully enlightened and unsurpassed, supreme enlightenment. Then what will happen? The great earthquake appear. As soon as he attained the enlightenment, he became Sabhinyutta Buddha, then great earthquake will appear in the world. This is also the 5th reason for great earthquake. Then number 6, when he became a Buddha, our Buddha, 35 years of his age, he became a Buddha. Then after that, at the beginning, he stayed with the Plasma most of the time. Then he also reflect on many profound Dhamma, especially, Paticca Samuppada. When he reflect on the Paticca Samuppada, then it is very profound. It is not easy to realize such kinds of profound Dhamma. Then even the Buddha, have one kind of mind. Now the Dhamma is very profound. The people's mind people are delightful in sensual pleasure. How they will be able to realize such kinds of profound Dhamma? Then if I preach the Dhammas to them, then only I will be tired, or they cannot realize such kinds of profound Dhamma. That is why in that time the Buddha was unwilling to give the Dhamma thoughts to the beings. Then Sahampati Brahma came down and Sahampati Brahma requested the Buddhas to give Dhamma talk. There are also some beings who have less defilement in their mind. They have potentialities to realize Nibbana, or because of this reason, please give the Dhamma to those kinds of beings. Or because of Sahampati Brahma's request, the Buddha also decided to give the Dhamma talk. Then, after his Buddhahood, then he found which persons can realize the true Dhamma when I give the Dhammas to them. Then, his Lokiya teacher, Alara and Uddaka Hamid, they just passed away. They just passed away recently. That is why finally he found the Pancavakya, a group of 5 persons who took care of the Buddha when he was practicing meditation. Then the Buddha decided to give the first Dhammas to those Pancavakya. Then he went to the Isipatana Migada Wana, Migada forest near the Varanasi city. Then the Buddha preached the first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, or excellence, we or the Dhamma. Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta is to Pancavakya Bhikkhu. Then at the end of Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta's talk, then great earthquake appear seriously in the world. Is it? This is the first reason, the 6 reasons for earthquake. Great earthquake, not a small earthquake. No, small earthquakes appear many times. This one is a great earthquake. Then number 7. Number 7 is just now, when the Buddha renounces his will to live on. That means when he relinquishes his Ayu Sankhara, life maintaining Samapati or lifespan, he decided to take final Parinibbāna, or I am going to take final Parinibbāna after a few months, after 3 months. Then he decided to relinquish his lifespan, or his life. He will not continue to live after a few months. Then what will happen? Because of relinquishment of Ayu Sankhara, life maintenance Samapati, then great earthquake appear in the world. This is the 7th reason for the great earthquake. Now also, because of this, it appears. Then number 8, after a few months, the Buddha will take final Parinibbāna. When the Buddha take final Parinibbāna, what will happen? As soon as the Buddha take final Parinibbāna, then Mahāparinibbāna, then great earthquake appear in the world seriously. There are these 8 reasons to appear. There are 8 causes to appear the great earthquake. Regarding those 8 causes of great earthquake, the skin. Now, you may understand that nowadays there are also earthquake in the world. Why? Usually because of the first reason. They're due to unstable condition of the element, the weather, etc. Sometimes there are a strong wind. When there's a strong wind, because water exists on the air. Then when air is shaken, the water will be shaken. When the water shaken, or the earth also will be shaken. Why? The earth exists on the water. In this way, the earthquake appear. When the unstable condition of element are very strong, the great earthquake also may be a little bit strong in such area, like this. But sometimes because of the psychic power of Samana and Brahmana, some Samana and Brahmana have psychic power, is it? Then they can also make to appear the great earthquake with their psychic power, their powers. Here, how to do, for example, Mahāmoggallana. Sometimes Mahāmoggallana have very powerful psychic power, is it? You may see one time in Chulatana Sankhya Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. One day, when the Buddha was living in, Pubbārama's monastery in Savatthi, offered by Visakha Upasika. Then Sakka approached the Buddha and he asked one question. Bhante, in which condition, Tanna Sankhya Vimukta, we can consider, how we can consider the person is liberated from craving, or liberated from craving. Then which person is considered the person who has liberated from craving, tanna. Then the Buddha also explained, then when they practice meditation step by step, especially because of Deva, that they contemplate the Vedana, different kinds of Vedana as anicca, dukkha, anatta, etc. Then finally, they became Arahanta. When they became Arahanta, they completely liberated from craving. Or they are called Tanna Sankhaya Vimukta. Or those persons are called, they are free from craving. Free from craving. The Buddha explains to Saka in this way, briefly. He also asked only just briefly. Why? He was busy, is it? Then he need to return after receiving the answers from the Buddha. Then the Buddha also answered briefly. When they practice meditation step by step, especially for Deva, they contemplate Vedana as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then finally they became Arahanta. They realized Nibbana. Then they also destroy the all defilements, especially the craving. So they became free from craving. They are free from craving. Or the Buddha answered in this way. Then with the Buddha's answer, then he also called sadhu, sadhu, sadhu in this way, is it? He was delightful with the Buddha's talk. He called sadhu, rejoiced fully. After that, he returned to towering the Devarams. That time, when the Buddha answered his question, Venerable Mahāparinibbāna was living near the Buddha. Because here, the Buddha's kuti is here, Kanda kuti. Then right side is Venerable Sariputta's kuti. Then, left side is Venerable Moggallana's kuti. Then Venerable Moggallana also have Saka asked these questions to the Buddha. But the Buddha answered, but he didn't hear clearly. But he heard the voice of sadhu, sadhu. Or he called sadhu, sadhu rejoicefully. Then when Saka returned to his world, then Venerable Moggallana thought, the Saka, he called sadhu rejoicefully. He really understood what the Buddha mean or not. He wished to investigate. That is why the Venerable Moggallana also immediately followed the Saka. Then he reached the towering the Devarams. As soon as the Saka reached towering the Devarams, actually because of too many sensual pleasure and towering the Devarams, especially his palace, where Jayanta mentions. They are full of Devi in this way Jayanta mentions. Then as soon as they see such sensual pleasure, he sees the sensual pleasure, then he forget what the Buddha taught to him. Is it? Then Venerable Moggallana also reached there and asked, Saka, just now I have, then you asked a kinds of questions to the Buddha. Tanna Sankhaya Vimukta. In which condition, who is considered to be free from craving? Like this. But the Buddha also answered. The Buddha also gave the short Dhammas taught to you. Then what kinds of Dhamma did you listen to the Buddha? He asked this question. Please share the Buddha's Dhammas to me. At that time, only he just read his towering the Devarams in his palace, which Jayanta mentioned. He also have a full of sensual pleasure in his royal palace. Because of this, he immediately forget what the Buddha taught to him. Then when the Venerable Moggallana asked him, then he couldn't answer. Then what happened? Okay, then he pretends, maybe he speak here and there. One day, long time no see, or something like this, is it? Long time no see. One day, this is the Jayanta mentions. When Jayanta mentions, there are, 101 like Taiwan towers, is it? 101 floor in this Jayanta mention. There are also, 700 hostels. many different kinds of hostels, many different kinds of mentions in this Vijayanda. Then in each hostel, then what will happen? There are also 700 rules. Then one day you want to see this mentions, I will show you. Then Venerable Moggallana also keep quiet. Only he just follow what he explained. Okay, no problem. Then he also mentioned in this way. We build this Vijayanda mentions after conquering the Asura, the fighting with the Asura. You know, last time they also fought with the Asura. Then they conquered the Asura. After that, with the memory of the victory and fighting with the Asura, then they also build this Vijayanda mention in this way. He explained. You know, they are very big 101 stories. And also in each rule, there are 700 rules in each hostels. Then in each rule, there are also 7 Devi. 7 Devi means his wife. 7 wives in each rule. There are also 7 servants for each Devi. Many. Even one rule, you know, 7 wives. Also, each Devi has 7 servants. Worker Devi. And how many? About 49 persons in each rule. You know, many, is it? 7 multiplied by 7 in each rule. There are many Devi in each rule. Then the whole hostel will be many Devis. Because of full of sensual pleasure, then he forgot what the Buddha taught to him. Then he also showed in this way, together with his, you know, the Vasawana, the king of the Jatumarajika Deva, together. Then when they are showing their Vijayanda mention in this way, then Venerable Moggallana understood. Then he was pretending, showing here and there, he already forgot. Then I should make him to be fearful. Okay, I should make him fearful. Then with the intention, then Venerable Moggallana used his psychic power. Then with his great tool, then he trying to shake the Vijayanda mention. Then Vijayanda mention shake here and there like this, nearly fallen down. At that time, many Deva and Devi was shocked. They feared with the shaking of the Vijayanda mention. At that time, they requested Venerable Moggallana, Bande, please don't do this, please don't do this. Is it? Please don't do that, please don't do this. Then at that time, because of the fear in their mind, you know, the Saka immediately appear what the Buddha taught. Then he explained, the Buddha says all sankhara are impermanent. You know, sabbe sankhara are nature. And also, you know, especially vedana. There are many different kinds of vedana feelings. They are impermanent. When they contemplate the vedana as impermanence for many times, then they can become arhanta, or they can be free from craving, tanha. Or he explains to Venerable Moggallana. You know, when there's a fear in their mind, then they also remember the Dhamma again. Otherwise, because of full of sensual pleasure in their mission, then even he forgets the Buddha's Dhamma immediately. He only just listens to the Dhamma from the Buddha. As soon as he returned to his Tawarinda Devara, he saw a lot of sensual pleasure, then he automatically forget. That is why, if you wish to practice meditation to be successful, that is why you should go to the monastery or meditation center where there's not too many sensual pleasure, no sensual pleasure. That is why the Buddha also, you know, he renounced the Raya Kingdom, went to the forest to search for enlightenment, to search for the enlightenment. In the same way, the Buddha also encouraged his disciple to go to the forest to practice meditation in this way. Is it? Yeah, this is okay. Venerable Moggallana use his psychic powers to make this, to make shake him off the Vijayana mention. He make his psychic power. He only just use his great tool to shake his the Sakas Vijayana mentions. In the same way, you know, here in the commentary mentions Sangha Rakita Samanera. That was the Samanera named Sangha Rakita. He was Arahanta Mahanaga Thera's nephew. He only just 7 years old. What will happen? Then he also ordained under his uncle Mahanaga Thera Arahanta. Then when he was ordained as a Samanera, you know, before ordination, the Mahanaga Thera taught a kind of meditation, especially, you know, reflection on the Tacha Panchaka. When they are shaking your hair, then you reflect on the repulsive nature, formless natures of your body by reflecting on, you know, Kesa, Loma, Naka, Danda, the jaw, or hair, body hair, nail, the skin in this way. Then what will happen? Then when they are reflecting on this, then he attained the first jhana. Based on the first jhana, he continued to contemplate the nama and rupa as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then because of his fulfillment of parami in the past, then he became arahanta during the shaping of his hair. Is it? Then as soon as he became arahanta, then he only just ordains today, then he became arahanta today. Then he also thought, okay, Atinuko kochi beku, yena babajita diwasi wa aratam pata, wejando pasado, was there any persons who could shake the Vijayana mention, Sakas, you know, the pellets endowing the Devarams with their psychic power? They just ordained today and they just became Arahanta in the past. Then he reflect in this way, then nobody there. You know, even Venerable Moggallana also actually, not his ordination time, he trying to shake the Vijayana mention in Dawarinda Devaram when he became Agasavaka chief disciple only, not ordination day. But this Samanera, you know, Sangharakita Samanera was thinking, then I just ordained today and I became Arahanta. Then was there any persons who could shake Dawarinda, the Vijayana mention and Dawarinda Devarams? Only just the ordination day. Then when he reflect on that, no, he don't see anybody. He didn't see anybody. Then I was trying to shake Saka's mentions with my psychic power. Then, you know, after his ordination, then he flew. He went to the Dawarinda Devarams. Then he stood. What happened? He stood at the top of Vijayana mission. Then with his psychic power, he tried to shake this Vijayana mission. But what happened? He couldn't shake the Vijayana mission with his psychic power. At that time, many Devi from Vijayana mission, just now already mentioned, there are many thousands of Devi in Dawarinda mission. Also very big buildings, is it? Then they joke with the Samanera, or the Buddha Sangharakita, my son Sangharakita, very young, is it? My son Sangharakita, you have the stinking brain. With the stinking brain, how you will be able to shake the very strong Vijayanta mission. Vijayanta mission is very strong, very fun. It is not easy to shake. They joke with the Sangharakita Samnira. At that time, Sangharakita Samnira thought to himself, there we are joking with me. They are joking with me. But I came here without learning from the teacher. Then I will go and learn how to use the psychic powers to shake the Vijayanta mission. Then he tried to find his teacher. Where is his teacher after his ordination? Then his teacher, Mahanaga Arhanta, he also create one water cave in the ocean. Then he stayed there by entering into Plasmapati. Then Sangharakita Samnira immediately flew to his teacher. Then his teacher says, Sangharakita, you went to Tavarinda Deva Rams to fight with the Deva, to fight me, to compete the psychic power, is it? Without learning from the teacher. Then he also replied, yes, Bhante, I'm trying to Saka's mission, but I couldn't shake this mission. That is why many Devi joke me. Then Venerable Mahanaga Arhanta also answered, if you cannot shake this Deva's mission, who will be able to shake this mission? But then he also continued to teach. There's a one count down in the water. Counts down in the water. Then what will happen? The count down, water is shaking. Because of water is shaking, the count down also shaking. Is it? Counts down or counts physics is shaking because of water is shaking. When the Mahanaga Arhanta explain in this way, with this example, then you can understand. Then Sangharakita Samnira understood. Okay, then I didn't use the water casinas to create as water under the Vijayanta mission. Then, okay, taking this example, taking this explanation from Mahanaga Arhanta, then he went to Tavarinda Devarams again. Then that time, then he entered into water casino up to 4 jhana state. Based on this water casino 4 jhana, then he determined, may the water appear under the Vijayanta mission. Then after that, he tried to shake the Vijayanta mission with his great toe. Then Vijayanta mission was shaking here and there. At that time, many Devi also shout, Bhante, please don't try to shake, we are very fearful. We are afraid of this. Then when they request, then the Sangharakita Samnira also stood at the door for the Vijayanta mission. Then he also shout a kind of stanza, Ejewaham Pavajito, Eja Pata Sawakayan, Eja Kambe Mi Bazaran, Oho Buddha Sa Ularo, Oho Buddha Sularata. Venerable Sangharakita also speak. Venerable, the Samnira Sangharakita also recite this stanza rejoicefully, happily. What is the meaning? Ejewaham Pavajito, I am just ordained as a Samniras today. Ejapata Sawakaya, I became Arhanta, I am destroying all defilements today. Then Eja Kampeni Pasara, then I am trying to shake Vijayanta mission, Saka's mission and Tavarinda Devarams today. Oho Buddhasa Ularata, oh, the Buddha is very superior, extremely superior. You know, in the same way, Oho Dhammasa Ularata, the Dhamma is very superior. Oho Sanghasa Ularata, the Sangha is very superior. Or he also recited this stanza rejoicefully and towering the Devarans. Is it? This is because of power, psychic power of Samnira. Whenever Moggallana also the same way. They trying to shake the Sakka's mission and towering the Devara with the psychic power. This is also one reason for great earthquake. There are all together 8 reasons great earthquake. Not the small earthquake. No, small earthquake may appear because of the unstable conditions or elements from time to time. Sometimes a little bit strong, sometimes maybe weak, something like this. Not because of the other reasons. Yeah. In this way, the Buddha explained the 8 causes, 8 reasons of the great earthquakes to Venerable Ananda. Then Venerable Ananda actually realized the Buddha already relinquished his Ayu Sankara life maintenance Samapatti, but at that time, Venerable Ananda prepares to request the Buddhas not to relinquish, to stay full lifespan, full lifespan of 100 years or more than 100 years. But the Buddha didn't give a chance to Venerable Ananda to request. Then the Buddha continued to talk the other talk. The other talk means okay, the other talk is Atta Prisa, Venerable Dhammadasi, you show the Atta Prisa, 8 assemblies, is it? Okay, what are the 8 assemblies? Briefly, Khattiya Parisa. The Buddha taught this one, Khattiya Parisa, then righteous assemblies. Then Brahmana Parisa, the Brahmins assemblies. Then Gahapati Parisa, householders assemblies. Then Samana Parisa, ascetics assemblies. Then number 5, Chadu Marajika Parisa, assemblies of the 4 great kings. Towering Parisa, assemblies of the 33 devas. Then number 7, Mara Parisa, assemblies of Maras. Then number 8, Brahmana Parisa, assemblies of Brahma, assemblies of Brahmas. Altogether 8 assemblies, 8 audience, Parisas. Sometimes, the Buddha, for example, Khattiya assemblies like a Kosala king and also Bimbisara king, etc. Then there are many different countries and even maybe in the universe, there are many different kings, Parisa. They have their own king in their country. Then the Buddha also went to their country, their world, etc. Then the Buddha create like their king. Then the Buddha also gives the Dhamma talks to them. When the Buddha was teaching, the Buddha is giving the Dhammas to them. Then they was listening to the Buddha's Dhamma talk. It is very wonderful, wonderful. But they, they couldn't realize Nibbana. They couldn't realize Nibbana. Only just they think this is good. This is good. They also respect their king. That is why the Buddha also created like their king's appearance. Then he gave the Dhamma talks to them by sitting in their king's place. At the time, their real king was not there. Then after giving the Dhamma talk, the Buddha disappeared from their place. Then the time their real king came to this place. Just now we thought this is our king, but our king is here. Then where is this person? This person is human being or deva, or they have such kinds of thinking. Is it? In this way, the Buddha explains to Venerable Ananda, not only the Khattiya Parisa, righteous assemblies, the Buddha also went to Brahmana. Some they respect the Brahmana, is it? in this Brahmana, they also have the leader in their community. Then when the leader says something to them, they also respect the leaders, the teaching, etc. Then the Buddha also create, the Buddha also created like the Brahmana's leader. The Buddha also disguised as the Brahmana's leader and gave dhammas to them. They also thought, this is very good speech. They think this is their leader. But finally, the Buddha disappeared from this place. Then their Brahmana leader came to this place and, we thought this is our leader. Then who is this one? Just disappear. He is human being or deva, or they think like this. In the same way, the other, householders, prisa, ascetics, samana, prisa, etc. Then deva also, Brahma also, Mara also, the Buddha went to many places, even in this world and also in the universe, in many places. The Buddha is actually explaining, Venerable Ananda, I went to many places. I also gave many Dhamma talks to them in this way. Then what will happen? Then the Buddha want to show, because of Mara's request, the Buddha feared Mara. That is why he abandoned his Ayusankara, life maintenance, samapatti. Some may thought in this way. But the Buddha want to show he has no fear. Is it? Not because of fear, he relinquished his life maintenance samapatti. Not because of fear. Only just the Buddha want to show. Then when the Buddha gave the Dhamma talks to them, although the Buddha was teaching the Dhammas to them, they will not realize the Nibbana. They will not penetrate the Four Noble Truths. When the Buddha went to such kinds of persons by creating their leader or their king, etc. Then Vasanatthaya, although they don't understand the Buddha's teaching now, but by listening to those kinds of Dhamma, then later it will suppose then to realize Nibbana, to penetrate the Four Noble Truths. Because of this reason, the Buddha went to many places to give the Dhamma talk with their appearance. Is it? Then the Buddha also may reach, for example, the USA or other country in the world here. But that time, they didn't realize Nibbana. Is it? Right? Only the Buddha went there, the Buddha know they will not understand the Buddha's teachings, but by listening to the Buddha's Dhamma, it was supposed for them to realize Nibbana in the future. Because of this reason, the Buddha went to many places, even in different universes. Not only in this world. Then, this one is that the Buddha only want to show he has no fear, although he relinquished his Ayusankara, life maintenance, samapatti, life maintenance, samapatti, due to Mara's entreat. Then the Buddha will continue to talk about the other things, there will be, they will explain in the later. Now, there are 8 causes for great earthquake, or there are also 8 assemblies. Then today with today's Dhamma talk, is it? Then maybe able to practice, the 3 training step by step successfully, and maybe able to realize Nibbana, maybe able to escape from craving. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw, for today's teaching. This is from August 27th question, Sayadaw. Vedami Sayadaw, according to Abhidhamma, jhana realm have differentiation in total 16 Rupa Brahma realm from the 1st to the 4th jhana, Can meditators know how deep their jhana, where they will be reborn with their jhana? Dhatu from anonymous attendee.
Well, they will be reborn with their jhana. Meditators can understand the concentration themselves, which kinds of level. Is it? Which kinds of level. For example, according to their chanda also. Chanda, Viriya, Chaita, Vimansa. If we call adipati, Chanda, Viriya, Chaita, Vimansa, these adipati are very strong. Then they wish to be, for example, there are 3 runs in the first jhana Brahma run. They wish to be reborn as Mahabrahma, not the Brahma Pariseja and Brahma Purohita. Only in Mahabrahma. They wish. Because of their chanda desire, they also practice the first jhana frequently, diligently. Then they are very skillful in the first jhana. Then they also understand their conditions in the first jhana, whether it is very powerful or not. Then, if it is very powerful, even they are very sick, they are very weak, no energy. They can still enter into the first jhana easily. Then, okay, according to their wishes, they can be reborn in Mahabrahma realms, not in Brahma Purohita, Brahma Pariseja and Brahma Purohita. But if their jhana's concentration and the desire are very weak, a little bit weak, although they wish, but their jhana is not so powerful, etc., then they can be reborn in lower Brahma realms, like Brahma Pariseja and Brahma Purohita, not in Mahabrahma. The other Brahma realm also the same way. Is it? Chanda, Viriya, Chaita, Vimansa is very important. Chanda, Vado, Kainama, Kama, Nasajati. Whatever you want to be, you wish to be, then you have desire, you have intention. Because of this, you try very hard, then you become skillful in this. Or if you are in very good condition, according to your wishes, it can be fulfilled.
Another question from August 27th. Vadamisiaro, how can one have a wise attention most of the time? I think most of my attention is unwise towards life and everything. There is so much attachment. Can you please give me advice on how to have a right mindset to have less attachment? Thank you. Dhatu. From Tinlin Win. It's from me, Siara.
According to the meditations instructions, then we call charita. Charita is a temperament. Some they have the attachment is more stronger than the other defilements. Some maybe dosa, anger is more stronger than the other defilements, kilesa. Or depends on their temperament, their nature or characters. Is it? Characters. Or they can emphasize on one meditation subject which is suitable for them. For example, Asubha Bhavita Bharakasa Pahanaya, the development of Asubha meditation is very suitable for removal of attachment, the raga, lust, etc. That is why frequently they should develop Asubha meditation. Asubha meditation means 32% of the body or the death Asubha, also the same way. Then like skeletal meditation also the same. They should reflect on this frequently. Then they can reduce the attachments. Is it? When they see the Asubha nature. Usually attachment means when they see the agreeable object, desirable objects, they think this is beautiful, etc. But if they pay attention, the object is ugliness, or the pay attention is repulsiveness, etc. Then they will not have attachment to this object too much. So they should develop Asubha meditation. As Asubha means 32% of the body, also There's body also, there's skeleton meditation also. Okay, frequently. If dosa, they have the strong dosa. The dosa is more stronger than the other kilesa, then they should develop metta, bhavi, tapa, vyapa, dasa, pahanaya. The development of metta meditation should be developed for the removal of dosa, like this. The Buddha taught this in Meghiya Sutta also. But every meditation, when you become skillful in one meditation, every meditation can reduce the all defilement. Also can remove all defilement, can completely destroy all defilement. But they are opposite each other. That is why they can start with the such kinds of opposite meditation.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandani Sayadaw, in this in the now how one kappa is accordingly how old?
One kappa is Ayu kappa here.
Ayu kappa in this modern time, how many old in age?
During the Buddha time, they consider Ayu kappa is 100 years. 100 years, you know, Satanwa, Apanwa Peyor, Dutiya Wasa Satan Napapunati. You know that during the Buddha times, if they can live according to the lifespan, full lifespan, Ayukapa, then this is 100 years, consider 100 years. But some because of their karma, they can also live longer than 100 years. For example, 120, 140, 160, etc. Venerable Bhakula stay 160 years. Venerable Mahākassapa, Ananda, etc. They stay 120. Visakha, etc. Is it? Then some only just about 100. Some maybe about 80 or something. But the Ayukapa is during the Buddha time 100. But during the Buddha times, then 100 years, when there is 100 years, then what will happen? Then reduce 1 year. Then 1,000 years, reduce 10 years, like 10 years of the lifespan. Then since the Buddha's times, now about 2,500, is it? 2,600. Then reduce about 25 or 26 years from the Buddha time. Then that is why nowadays we consider the lifespan, Ayukapa, nowadays is 75 years. But some can live more than 75 years, like just now. You know, although we consider 100 years lifespan, but some persons can stay more than 100 years, about 140, 60, something like this. But they will not reach up to 200 years. Is it? If someone says, I am 200 years old or more than 200 years old, or maybe this person is lying, is it? Then nobody can reach up to 200 years during these times. Now 75, you can consider.
Venerable Sayadaw, is it possible for an arahat to start practicing for abhaññana even after they become arahat from Sami? Dadu.
It's possible for an arahant to start practicing for abhaññana even after they became arahanta. Sure. Then some, for example, they became arahanta with the practice of vipassana, without jhana attainment. Then we call Sutta Vipassana Yanika, pure vehicle meditators. They start beginning from 4 elements meditation. They descend Rupa, Nama, Pratyasmopara, Vipassana systematically. Finally, they become arahanta. Then they still don't have jhana attainment yet. Is it? Then they want the jhana attainment, then they can continue to practice. For them, it will be easier. Why? Since they became arahanta, there's no defilement, no hindrance. Then they will be able to practice jhana. They will be able to practice meditation to attain jhana. Based on jhana, they can continue to practice abhaññana. they can attain Abhiññāna also.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Venerable, in the Sutta, the Buddha mentions that entering into first jhana, it mentioned viveceva kamehi, viveca akusala tamehi. So how to remove so-called viveceva kamehi, how to remove this karma and also akusala dhamma.
Which were kamehi, which akusale dhammehi, savidakan savijaram vigajan piti sukhan pataman jana upasampecha viharati. Then me, for example, they are practicing anapana meditation, step by step, systematically. Then finally, they can stay with the anapana objects for a long time, for 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. At that time, because of power of concentration, when they can stay with the breath objects deeply, then they feel very peaceful and comfortable. No hindrances appear in their mind. Is it? They practice in this way, the concentrations become deeper and deeper. Then this is not jhana's condition yet. At that time, arisings or hindrances not frequently like before. Or it may arise from time to time only. Then finally, in this way, they can maintain their concentration and their concentrations become mature. Then finally, the nimitta also appear and they can stay with the Pratipaka nimitta deeply. For 2 hours, 3 hours, etc. for a long time, many times. Then at that time, they reach up to Upachara Samadhi, excess concentration, or Apana Samadhi, absorption concentration state. Then, before attainment of those concentration, such kinds of the Kama Chanda Nivarana, sexual desire or sensual desire, it will Vyapara Nivarana anger may appear in their mind frequently. Also the other hindrances will appear frequently. Is it? But during this time, when they can stay with the Anapana or Pratipaka nimitta objects deeply, many times, long times, then such kinds of such a desire, anger will not appear in their mind. They are secluded from sensual pleasure, which are kamehi, which are akusala dhammi, akusala evil mind will not arise in their mind. Akusala dhamma, they are secluded from akusala, the arisings of akusala. Which are kamehi, which are akusala dhammi, savidakan savijaran, the same, is it? Which are kamehi me, the karma, then they stay with the dhamma objects only, not karma objects at the time. Before reaching this stage, their mind, although they try to stay with the breath objects, meditation object, mind doesn't want to stay here. Go back to the sensual objects, thinking about sensual pleasure, thinking about killing, thinking about harming, etc. The akusala are arising in their mind. Sensual pleasure are arising, sensual desire are arising in their mind. But in this condition, when they attain Upachara Samadhi or Apana Samadhi, then their minds will stay with the meditation objects only, especially nimitta objects only. Will not go to the sensuous objects, akusala objects. That is why their mind is secluded from sensual pleasure and arisings of akusala.
Venerable, those beings from other planets, are they from any of the 6 realms? Beings from other planets, are they in one of the 6 realms?
The aliens.
Or aliens.
The ET, the aliens.
So aliens, there's the kinds of alien Yoda and other planets like you mean?
Yes. Yeah, not beings in this world, not human in this world, from other planets. Those beings we call aliens or ET now, are they in one of our 6 realms?
6 realms, or the Kama?
6 ram means Kama Vachara, 6 rams, I think.
Kama Vachara.
31 ram, which divide into 6 ram. Yeah.
11 ram is a Kama Vachara rams, you know. Then 4 Abhaya and Himero and the 6 Deva rams. Altogether 11. No? 11 is the Kama Vachara, called Kama Vachara. The other are Brahma.
Yeah, see. Yes.
You know, the Chakrawala is the universe. One universe is composed of the 31 realms. This is considered one universe, you know, one universe, one Chakrawala. There are also many such kinds of Chakrawala in other places. There are also many Deva and human beings, but the appearance in other universe may not be the same appearance. That is why some they consider as alien, something like this. Is it Joda? Other aliens, not like human being, may not be the same appearance. Even you know our appearance, Myanmar appearance and the Western appearance may not be the same. Is it? Even in the same world. If the other world also the same, there will be different appearances. But according to commentary, you know, the Buddha, the chief disciple, only appear in this world. Only can appear in this world. But when the Buddha appear, for example, when the Buddha gave the first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, then that time, human being, only just 5 human beings were listening. Then after the end of this Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, then Venerable continues became Sotapanna as a human being, only one. But that time, you know, many Brahma, 80 koti, 180 million, is it? 180 million Brahmas became Sotapanna, etc. Noble person. This one is not only from this Brahma worlds and our Brahma runs and our universe. Also, Brahma runs from the other universe. They also came to lessons in this way, is it? But they also can realize Nibbana from in the other world. Especially Brahma and Deva. Usually human being only in this world possible.
Padamisiaro, why do the chief disciples and other arahats enter Nibbana with Buddha's passing, when after Buddha's passing, there is an even greater need for the arahats to teach ordinary beings? From anonymous attendee. Tadu.
And why do the chief disciple and the arahats enter Nibbana with the Buddha's passing? When after Buddha's passing, there's an even greater need for the arahats to teach ordinary beings. The nature is, you know, the chief disciple. Then according to the tradition or nature, okay, this is natural, is it? Nature. Then before taking the pre-nibbana of the Buddha, then chief disciple need to take final pre-nibbana first. But great disciples are still remaining after the Buddha's passing, taking final pre-nibbana, is it? The great disciples like Venerable Kassapa, Venerable Ananda, Anuruddha still remaining. They also stay for 120 years, etc. 120 years. But the chief disciple, Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana, like Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana, they took final pre-nibbana before the Buddha's final pre-nibbana. This is natural, not only in this Buddha, and in the past Buddha also in the same. Venerable Sariputta also, Moggallana also reflect in this way. Chief disciple take final pre-nibbana before the Buddha, then they also took final pre-nibbana. That means when they reflect on their lifespan, remaining lifespan, at the time they realize not so many, only just 7 days remain, something like this. This is natural. then there's an even greater need for the arahants to teach ordinary being. Even greater need for the arahants to teach ordinary being. What do you mean? Uttamadasi.
Sayadaw means the chief disciple should stay after the Buddha's so that they continue to teach the ordinary beings.
Oh, no problem. There are many the great disciples still remaining. After that, there are also many successive generations. Is it? For example, Venerable Mahāparinibbāna, then his disciple, his disciple. Venerable Ananda also, he also teach his disciple also teach another disciple. In this way, generation came until now, up to the end of the sasana. It will come like this.
Sayadaw.
Sayadaw, the Buddha and the Arahant can produce the earthquake. Would it cause harm to the beings?
No, that's why I say only sometimes Venerable Moggallana, he tried to shake the Vijayana dimension of Saka's palace in the Divaran because he wants to make fearful. He wants to make fear on the Saka's mind. When he fear with the shaking or the mention at the time only they have the sense of urgency. Some way, then he remember Buddha's teaching. Otherwise, full of sexual pleasure in their mind. That is why they immediately forgot the Buddha's teaching. Is it? Then the Venerable Moggallana want to make a sense of urgency, some way in their mind with his secret power. Then because of fearful mind, then he immediately remember Buddha's teaching. Then he answer Buddha's teachings to Venerable Moggallana. But Venerable Sangharakkhita's shaking is he only just want to test. He only just want to test his secret power, not to make fears to the Devi, etc. Is it? What he thought is okay. He just ordained today. He also became Arahanta today. Then is there any person who could shake the Vijayana mentions after ordination immediately on this day? No. Then nobody there. That is why he want to test his secret power. Is it not to make? Then he also recited the stanza. Oh, Buddha is Ularata. Oh, Buddha is very superior. Dhamma is very superior. Sangha is very superior. Like this, is it?
Sayadaw, for a meditator who is skillful in the mastery of jhana and is going to be reborn in one of the Brahman realms in the next life, what will be the near-death impulsion, Maranansanda jhana, for this meditator, please? And there's another question. Do you want me to continue reading the second one too, or no?
For the first question is for the meditator who is skillful in the mastery of jhana and is going to be reborn in one of the Brahma realms in the next life. There will be the near-death impulsions, Maranasana jhana, for this meditator, please.
I think the next part also similar question.
Next one also the same. Yes, yeah. At the near-death moment, the near-death moment, he will enter into jhana. He will enter into jhana where he wishes to be reborn. Is it? Then, for example, the first jhana or the second, the fourth jhana. Then, according to his intention and his skill, then he could enter into this jhana. Then it will be near death moment impulsions. Is okay. Impulsions, jhana. Then with this, the jhana, then he will pass away and he will be reborn in Brahma. Next question, what?
The next question is, will the jhana consciousness arise in the near-death process, or just sense sphere wholesome kamawazara mahakutala, taking the nimitta of the jhana as object, please.
Or where the jhana's consciousness arise and the near this process. Or just since be as wholesome kamawazara mahakusala, taking the nimitta of the jhana as object, please. No, this one will be jhana javana. Near this maranasana javana will be jhana javana. No? Jhana javana for those who will be reborn in Brahmarans, not kamavajara. The nimitta, for example, they are taking nimitta as objects. If kamavajara arises, for example, like upajara samadhi, then there will be kamavajara javana. If jhana javana entering into jhana, then there will be jhana javana at the near the moment. Then to be reborn in Brahmarans. If object is the nimitta objects, we call the karma nimitta objects, is it? Nimitta objects. But he couldn't enter into jhana, only just reach upajara samadhi, or if nimitta is a patibhaga nimitta, will be upajara samadhi. If nimitta is a ugaha or the other nimitta, can be normal kamavajara kusala. Then they will be reborn in Kamaran only, not in Brahmarans.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Tatu. Sayadaw, may you please lead us in making aspiration and share its merits, please? Tatu.
Pray repeat after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame punya asawakaya wahan hotu idame punya nibbānassa picayo hotu mama punya bhagan sabbasadana bhajemi tesabe mesama punya bhagan labandu sadhu